on, Funny Bone. And give it up for Rocket again. This is our first night, man. I've been up a whole maybe 10 times more than that, so I want to talk a little bit about bullying tonight. I obviously don't deal with it much anymore. You know, maybe from some of the other comedians that are funnier than me, which is pretty well all of them. I can't believe they really let me compete in this tonight, to be honest with you guys. But I figure, what the hell, it'll give me 5 to 7 minutes to get up here, so no high hopes, don't get high expectations. This isn't going to be that funny. But we'll do our best with it, huh? And my mic keeps coming up and down. How is it? We'll get it fixed. There it is. But I grew up right here in South St. Louis, and I dealt with a lot of bullying. I had grandparents that were worried about the gangs, so they were always buying me clothes that were not blue or red because I think it was the Crips and the Bloods. I honestly never knew. I didn't understand it, you know. I just knew that I had to wear dorky-ass clothes, and I got made fun of a lot because they bought me clothes that I wouldn't get shot for wearing. So, you know, thank you, Grandma, and thank you, Dad, thank all of you. I'm still alive. But I did get bullied a lot. My worst bully was about 7 years older than me, and no matter what we did, we moved all over the place. I lived in like 5 different places between Merrimack and Gasconade, I would guess. I mean, it was a lot. But everywhere I went, sooner or later, this bully would find me, and I mean, it was brutal. But this bully, I think she was just getting ready to make a prison bitch out of somebody, because she wouldn't let anybody else pick on me, but she would beat the dog shit out of me. And honestly, through the years, I've actually kept in touch with this person, kind of like Joey Coco Diaz and the person he kidnapped. I actually lived down the street from this person. Their kids actually call me Uncle Russell. Actually, Uncle Ro, the one who first started calling me that, sitting right there smiling, waving at us right now. But nonetheless, go ahead and wave at everybody, sis. That's my big bully right there. But you know, she slapped some slop out of me over the years. And it honestly, with CTE, we know probably why I'm the lunatic that I am today. And I probably still harbor some of the beating she gave me, because every time I see her trash cans out by the road when I'm driving by, I give them a ride. I knock them son of bitches as hard as I can. And you know, honestly, this went on, and one night the neighbors actually called the cops on me, and I'm standing out in the yard talking. I don't even know who it was. I was pretty drunk. I was going through a divorce at the time. But this cop, he shows up after I'd been there like 15 minutes, and you know, I got a little combative with him, and at one point he tells me, you know, I need to calm down because he can give me a DUI, you know. And I started thinking, I was like, wait a minute, you weren't here when I got out of the damn car. You know, I was like, dude, as soon as I got here, man, the first thing I did after I hit them trash cans is I went and I fucking pounded a pint of Fireball, man. That's what you're smelling right now. I was sober when I got here. You know, this guy got pretty upset, you know, and everybody agreed with what I said. You know, my sister obviously was gonna, you know, bully me at this point. But it all came to an end about 2 months ago. I seen that her recycling trash can was out by the road. I thought, what the hell, it's been a while, but I went ahead and gave her a ride. And she had a bunch of shit in there, you know, so as me and my son, we got out, you know, he's 16 years old. Oh, I'm sorry, sis, but I'm gonna tell it anyways. My son, I see him, he starts like kind of kicking everything back in the trash can, you know. What the hell you do it? Just recycle, just pick the shit up. So I bend over, and I grab a hold of a bunch of shit, and I come up with one of the biggest dildos I've ever seen in my fucking life. I was quite taken aback. I understood why my son was kicking at this shit. I mean, you could have beat somebody to death with this thing. This was a fucking weapon, man. But, you know, she taught me my lesson. I won't be freaking hitting her trash cans no more. That was the last time. I'm done with that shit. But, you know, honestly, you know, my sister was a great sister. She, like I said, she made me the lunatic that I am today. All joking aside, I love my sister a lot. We were raised by a single mom. And she was, she worked really hard. She had bad feet. And I love my mom a lot, you know. I mean, my mom and my sister got into it a lot, which got my ass beat a lot more. You know, it all shit came downhill when you're living with 2 women. You're the only guy, and you're 7 years younger than the closest one. You get beat on a lot. I got picked up on my head a few times. I had a cousin here tonight. Her name's Margaret. She come and took care of the bully once for me. That was pretty exciting. But I got another ass whooping afterwards over that. Nonetheless, my mom, in hindsight, you know, I loved her growing up. I tried to keep her and my sister talking, but my mom is an absolute lunatic. I mean, she had like probably 20, 30 boyfriends over the years. I lost track of them. I can tell you the 3 of them that she never really got into a bad fight with. The first one, he never beat her or got into a nasty fight with her, so eventually I come home one weekend and his whole head was stitched up because she broke an axe handle on his head.
Wow.
So it went too long. I guess that was the final blow for that relationship, because shortly after that he hit the bricks. We didn't see him no more. Then the other one was a guy that, I mean, he wouldn't beat her, he wouldn't argue with her a whole lot. He just turned to alcohol, got really, really hateful. I mean, I don't know. I mean, my mom seemed to make monsters out of men, but there was one guy along the way. He was real promising. This guy was great. He worked for the Chicago Sun-Times. He used to actually fly her down to Florida and all these different places to meet her. You know, and I didn't really know anything about this. I knew I was getting to spend more time with my dad while she was gone. That's all I knew. And that was great, because I was safe at my dad's house. My sister wouldn't beat on me too bad there. But nonetheless, it turns out, you know, we finally meet the guy. The guy's great. He bought me my first ever fishing pole. He bought me some livers one day. We went to a frickin' beach when it was colder than hell out. Didn't catch nothing. But the guy made an effort, you know. I mean, he was really nice. And never got to find out whether, you know, what was going to happen there, because all of a sudden one day I came home. I mean, he took us and he bought us this, well, he didn't buy it. He rented us this beautiful house in Maryland Heights, Missouri. And we get in there, and we're there for maybe 3-5 months. I mean, I'd have to check with my sister on this. I don't remember how long we were there, but it was beautiful. We were the rich people, you know. We had a nice place. I played with these kids that had all kinds of cool toys. It was awesome until one day I came home from my buddy's house, and there was a bunch of guys running around the house in suits with badges around their necks. I didn't really understand what was going on, you know. It was really confusing to me, you know. My mom's sitting on the couch talking to these people. But it turns out this guy didn't work for the Chicago Sun-Times. He turned out to be one of the worst monsters she'd ever been with. He was sitting in federal jail at this point because he'd been a con artist for over 20 years. His wife was actually a banker up in Chicago, ex-wife, I guess you should say, but nonetheless, he would put forth all these credit applications, and then she would forward them through, and he would travel the country cashing out all these cards at these ATMs. And I remember after it was all over, my mom said she didn't have any of the cards left, which she did. But that's my time, guys. I got to get off here.